that?
Meet little Joey Glinsky. He's just a few weeks old, but he's already being called amazing because of his journey into this world. Little Joey's mom, Bethany, is a kidney transplant recipient. It's been a long road to pregnancy.
There was a bigger risk for me to get pregnant without having a transplant, but they didn't want to transplant me until I absolutely needed it. So it was a long 10 years of waiting, you know, being too sick to have a baby without a transplant, but not being sick enough for the transplant at that time.
In the years leading up to her transplant in 2010, Bethany's life had become very routine. Go to work and come home exhausted, in bed by 7:30 every evening. Bethany said her husband was always understanding, not only of her disease, but of the fact the couple might never have children.
I wasn't sure that that I would ever have kids of my own. You know, you can adopt, and we could, you know, I was open to all those options, but there's always a piece of you that wants a baby that's pieces of you and pieces of your husband. So, oh, sorry.
Bethany knew a transplant was inevitable. It was her chance to continue living, and she hoped a chance to have the baby she desperately wanted.
It's scary. It's a big surgery. It's abdominal surgery. It's recovery. It was the first big operation I had ever had. No, I was terrified to have a transplant, but at the same time I knew that the result would be that I would be able to have a baby.
Bethany found her kidney match in Marsheen Campbell. During church services one Sunday, Marsheen's pastor told the story of a young woman in their church who needed a kidney. That young woman was Bethany. Marsheen answered the call and stepped up to donate.
I didn't know her, and I'm like, who's this person that they're just offering to give me a kidney? They've never met me? Okay. You know, and she always says that she's just being a good Samaritan, you know. She said if she had 5 kidneys, she'd give 4 away. That's just the kind of person she is.
Marsheen has already met little Joey, and Bethany thinks it's important to make sure Marsheen is always part of her son's life.
It's pretty amazing. He's a little miracle. And I've told Marsheen and told him that often, that he's going to know how he got here and the long road that it took to have him, and that he wouldn't be here without organ donation, without Marsheen.
For most of her career, Bethany has worked at the OSU Wexner Medical Center. After her kidney transplant, she took a position with OSU's Comprehensive Transplant Center. For Bethany, working with people who helped coordinate her care is very special.
I always felt taken care of, and I have for so long, and it's such a blessing to be able to work over there now and share my story with people and see other people who have gone through it. And you know, I want to be an example to people to show that, you know, you can have a transplant and you can have a great life. You know, you can work full time and you can have babies and you can, you know, it's just great.